Let me ask you something, if you sleep only 5 or 6 hours a night at age 70, is that just normal for your age? If you wake up 3 or 4 times every night, does that mean your body simply can't sleep anymore? Most people assume that needing less sleep is just part of getting older. But what if that's not true at all? What if the reason you wake up tired, forget where you put your glasses, or feel moody for no reason isn't age, but a lifetime of poor sleep habits that no one ever taught you how to fix? That's exactly what happened to Frank, a 75-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan. He was convinced he didn't need more than 5 hours a night. "That's all I've slept for years," he said. But when his doctor asked about his memory, his energy, and his mood, everything changed. Frank started a sleep diary. He changed his evening routine. He stopped drinking coffee after lunch. And after just 2 weeks of consistent 7-hour nights, something incredible happened. He felt like himself again, sharp, strong, focused. That's the truth most seniors never hear. Because once you hit your 60s, sleep changes. But your need for sleep doesn't vanish, it just becomes harder to meet. In this video, we're going to break down what the latest science says about how much sleep seniors really need, why many people are undersleeping without knowing it, and how it's quietly affecting your heart, brain, balance, and even how long you live. And if you've ever thought, "I'm just getting old," this might be the wake-up call your body has been waiting for. Before we go deeper, if you care about senior health, elderly reflections, life lessons from the elderly, and finding peace, confidence, and energy at any age, remember to like this video and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from today? Let's begin with the big myth. Older adults need less sleep. The truth? That's completely false. According to the National Institute on Aging and the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, healthy seniors still need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night, just like younger adults. What changes is not the need for sleep, but the ability to get it. As we age, the brain produces less melatonin, the sleep hormone. We experience more light sleep and less deep, restorative sleep. We wake more easily due to bladder sensitivity, body aches, or even anxiety. Our circadian rhythm shifts earlier, making it harder to stay asleep through the night. All of these make sleep feel harder to get, but they don't mean your body needs less of it. In fact, not getting enough sleep can create serious risks for people over 60. Sleep deprivation, even mild, chronic sleep loss, has been linked to memory decline and early Alzheimer's symptoms, increased falls due to slower reflexes and balance issues, higher blood pressure and risk of heart disease, depression and emotional instability, suppressed immune function. That's why sleep for seniors isn't optional. It's essential. Let's look at real numbers. A 2021 study published in Nature Aging followed over 500,000 adults aged 38 to 73. It found that people in their 60s and 70s, who consistently slept less than 6 hours per night had a 30% higher risk of developing dementia, poorer cognitive function on memory, reaction, and problem-solving tests, weakened emotional regulation and higher rates of loneliness. But the same study showed that seniors who got between 7 and 8 hours had the best brain health and longest life expectancy. So the next time someone tells you, "You don't need as much sleep anymore," that you can tell them this: "I need just as much, my body just needs more help getting it." And that's where your daily habits come in. Let's talk about Margaret. She's 68, lives in Vancouver, and raised 4 children. She assumed her tiredness was just part of aging. But when she started tracking her sleep, she realized she was averaging only 5.5 hours a night, even though she was in bed for 8. Her problem wasn't time, it was quality. She was waking up 4 to 5 times, tossing and turning. Her breathing was irregular. She felt drained in the morning. And even though she tried to nap during the day, she never truly felt rested. Sound familiar? It should. Because millions of older adults are experiencing fragmented sleep, a common but silent threat to senior health. Fragmented sleep means you fall asleep, but don't stay asleep. Your body never enters enough deep or REM stages. You wake up frequently, even without fully realizing it. The result? Poor memory, low energy, brain fog, emotional instability, and often higher dependence on medications or stimulants to function during the day. So how do you fix it? First, understand that more time in bed does not equal more sleep. Many seniors try to rest more by going to bed early or lying down during the day. But if your sleep isn't consistent and deep, it won't restore your body or brain. Quality beats quantity, but you still need both. The ideal goal is 7-9 hours of total sleep, with at least 1.52 hours in deep, slow wave, and REM stages. Fewer than 2 awakenings per night. Waking up feeling alert, not drowsy. To achieve that, your environment and habits matter. And here's where it gets personal. For seniors, sleep becomes a mirror. It reflects everything you're carrying. Pain, unfinished thoughts, grief, regret, anxiety, even loneliness. And the body doesn't separate physical and emotional exhaustion. That's why so many older adults feel tired but wired, physically exhausted but mentally spinning. Their body begs for rest, but their mind won't let go. So what can you do? We'll begin by understanding the 3 keys to deep sleep after 60. First, master your rhythm. Your body wants regularity. Going to bed and waking up at the same time, even on weekends, trains your internal clock. This builds sleep pressure naturally, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Second, prepare the environment. Seniors are more sensitive to light, noise, and heat. Use blackout curtains, turn off all electronics 1 hour before bed, and lower your room temp to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. Wear socks to keep your feet warm while letting your core cool down. Remember the warm feet, cool room formula. Third, let go mentally. Journaling, prayer, soft breathing exercises, or repeating calming phrases can ease the nervous system. Try writing down one thing you're grateful for, and one thing you're choosing to release. Let me tell you about Harold, 80, from Dublin. He started whispering the same phrase before bed each night. I've done enough for today. My body deserves rest. That became his signal. And now, he sleeps a full 7 hours, without pills, without pressure. Just peace. Because the truth is, your sleep won't improve until your mind believes you deserve it. And you do. Sleep is not a luxury. It's not selfish. It's not something you have to earn. Sleep is survival. Sleep is clarity. Sleep is your body's way of saying, thank you for another day. Let me prepare you for the next. Coming up, we'll go deeper into the exact strategies seniors are using to fix fragmented sleep, reset their internal clocks, and protect their brains, night after night, year after year. There's something deeply frustrating about lying in bed after 60. Your body feels tired, your eyes are heavy, but your mind? Still wide awake. Spinning, remembering, worrying, waiting. For millions of older adults, this is the real sleep problem. Not just falling asleep, but staying asleep. And even when you do, you don't feel fully rested. Your legs ache. Your memory slips. You wonder if this is just what getting older feels like. But let me remind you of something powerful. Your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep. It just needs the right signals again. And the first step in giving those signals? Understanding what's standing in the way. Because for most seniors, sleep trouble is not about needing less rest, it's about being interrupted by hidden disruptions that silently build over time. And those disruptions? You can change them. Let's start with a common but under-discussed cause. Inconsistent sleep cues. After retirement, many seniors lose their daily rhythm. No work to wake up for. No rush to eat breakfast. Days blend together. And slowly, the body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, starts to lose its timing. Think of your brain like a train station. Every system, digestion, hormone release, energy, sleep, runs on a tight schedule. But if the signals are off, the train never arrives. One key to fixing this is sunlight. Your brain needs morning light exposure to set its sleep-wake clock. Just 15 minutes of natural light within the first hour of waking can trigger melatonin release 12-14 hours later, preparing your body to wind down at night. That's what helped Marjorie, a 71-year-old widow in Oregon. She had trouble falling asleep before 1 a.m., even though she felt tired. Once she began sipping her coffee on the porch every morning, rain or shine, her bedtime shifted naturally to 10 p.m. No forcing. No pills. Just sunlight and rhythm. Now, let's talk about what happens before bed. So many seniors treat sleep as an afterthought. You read, scroll your phone, watch TV, then suddenly turn off the light and expect to drift off. But your brain doesn't work like that. It needs a transition. We call this the sleep runway, at least 30-60 minutes, where you gently bring the body from alertness to rest. Here's how to build your own. First, lower the lights. As the sun sets, your melatonin production rises. But bright lights, especially overhead LEDs, stop this process cold. Use small table lamps. Choose amber or red-tinted bulbs at night. Second, cool your environment. Set your room temperature between 60-67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15-19 degrees Celsius. Your body needs a slight internal drop in temperature to trigger deep sleep. Warm socks help your feet, but cool air helps your brain. Third, choose calm, repetitive activities. Folding laundry, knitting, organizing papers, or light stretching, these tell the brain that we're slowing down. Avoid news, crime dramas, or heated conversations. They spike cortisol and delay sleep readiness by hours. And yes, put away the screens. Phones, tablets, and TVs emit blue light, which suppresses melatonin for up to 90 minutes. Even with night mode on, your brain stays alert. If you need something, try an old-fashioned book. Or even better, gentle music, nature sounds, or guided breathing. Now, let's address a powerful but overlooked part of sleep after 60. Your emotional state. As we age, we carry more memories, more loss, more unfinished thoughts. And often, night is the only time we're still enough to feel it. That's why many seniors don't actually have insomnia. They have emotional overflow. It sounds like this. Did I do enough today? What if something happens to my family? I miss the way things used to be. I'm scared of getting sick or forgetting. These thoughts aren't wrong. They're human. But if you don't give them a space to land, they'll flood your nights. The solution? Gentle emotional release before sleep. Try this 3-step reflection, just before you lie down. Gratitude. One thing you appreciated today, no matter how small, letting go. One worry you're not going to carry into the night, hope. One thing you're looking forward to tomorrow, even if it's just a warm cup of tea. This is what Harold, 82, calls his sleep shield. He writes those 3 things in a notebook on his nightstand. Says it only takes 5 minutes, but it helps him feel like the day is closed. Because when the mind feels unfinished, the body stays tense. And tension is the enemy of deep rest. Let's talk about napping, something many seniors rely on but often misuse. Short naps, 20-30 minutes, can boost alertness and mood. But long or late afternoon naps? They rob your nighttime sleep. Here's the rule. No naps after 3 p.m. Never nap more than 30 minutes. And if you didn't sleep well the night before? Use that fatigue to build sleep pressure for the next night, instead of patching it with a nap. Now let's return to the original question. How much sleep do seniors really need? We know it's 7-9 hours. But more importantly, you need consistent, deep sleep, night after night. And that happens when you remove the obstacles. Let me summarize some of the most common ones, and how to fix them. Too much caffeine afternoon? Switch to herbal tea. Too little sunlight? Take a walk before 10 a.m. No routine before bed? Build a runway with quiet, cooling habits. Emotional heaviness? Reflect and write, don't ruminate. Pain or frequent urination? Talk to your doctor about timing meds differently. You see, sleep isn't a battle you need to win. It's a gift your body already wants to give you. But only if you stop interrupting it. Because something magical happens when a senior gets deep, quality sleep again. You stop forgetting names. You stop falling asleep in the middle of the day. You stop feeling like life is passing you by. Instead, you wake up feeling like you. That's what happened to Lucia, 69, in Atlanta. After decades of broken sleep, she committed to a routine. Every night at 9:30, she made chamomile tea, dimmed the lights, wrote her reflection, and went to bed at 10 p.m. sharp. 2 months in, her husband said, "You smile more now. You even sing in the kitchen again." That's the power of sleep. It restores who you are. Coming up next, we'll explore how sleep influences longevity, immunity, and disease prevention after 60, and the exact changes that doctors recommend to keep your sleep strong for years to come. So now you know, seniors don't need less sleep. They need better, deeper, more protected sleep than ever before. Because after 60, every night you sleep well is like a down payment on your future health, your clarity, your confidence. But what happens when sleep remains broken, even after good habits? What if you're doing everything right, but you still wake up feeling tired, foggy, or frustrated? Let's go deeper. One of the most overlooked reasons seniors don't feel rested is this. They confuse time in bed with time asleep. You might be lying in bed from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's 8 hours, right? But if you took 45 minutes to fall asleep, woke up 3 times for 15 minutes each, got up at 5 a.m. but stayed in bed until 6, then your actual sleep was closer to 5.5 hours. And it was fragmented. This is what researchers call low sleep efficiency. For seniors, low sleep efficiency is more dangerous than short sleep. It leads to higher risk of falls due to poor balance, increased inflammation, weakened immune response, memory lapses, increased feelings of sadness or disconnection. To fix this, you need more than habits. You need to create what sleep experts call a pro-sleep environment. A bedroom that's designed not for style, but for restoration. Here's how to do that. First, remove all visible clocks. Waking up and checking the time creates anxiety. You start calculating, worrying, spiraling. It activates the thinking brain and blocks sleep from returning. Cover your alarm clock or place it out of sight. Second, use your bed only for sleep. No eating. No watching TV. No scrolling. This teaches your brain to associate your bed with alert activity, not rest. Third, keep a consistent wake time, even after a bad night. Don't try to catch up the next morning. Oversleeping disrupts your rhythm and makes it harder to sleep the next night. Fourth, consider a weighted blanket. For seniors with anxiety or restlessness, a light-weighted blanket, 8-12 pounds, can calm the nervous system and reduce nighttime movement. Fifth, clear emotional tension before your head hits the pillow. A simple breathing technique can help. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale gently for 8. Do this 4 times. This activates the parasympathetic system, your body's natural sleep switch. Now let's shift to something that matters even more than energy or focus. Your long-term brain health. Because every year, more and more research confirms that poor sleep in later life is directly linked to Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, stroke, mood disorders, cardiovascular decline. Why? Because your brain clears out waste, like beta amyloid and tau proteins, only during deep sleep. If you're not sleeping well, these proteins accumulate. It's like never taking out the trash. Eventually, the system breaks. But here's the hope. Improving sleep now, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, can slow or even prevent this buildup. Dr. Bryce Mander, sleep neuroscientist at UC Irvine, said, "We used to think poor sleep was a symptom of cognitive decline. Now we know it may be one of the root causes. That means the way you sleep tonight could determine whether you stay sharp 10 years from now. Let's bring it back to real life. Meet Linda, 76, from Florida. Her memory had slipped. She lost interest in conversation. Her doctor suspected early dementia, but her sleep patterns showed severe fragmentation. Instead of medication, Linda worked with a sleep therapist. She rebuilt her evening routine. She added sunlight walks, stopped watching the news before bed, and practiced gentle yoga each night. Within months, her clarity returned. Her memory improved. And her confidence came back. She said, "I thought I was losing my mind. Turns out, I was just exhausted." Sleep didn't fix everything, but it gave her back herself. And isn't that what we're all after? Not just years in our life, but life in our years. So let's recap what seniors really need when it comes to sleep. Not less sleep, but better, more consistent, deeper sleep. A daily rhythm that includes morning light, evening wind downs, and emotional release. A bedroom environment that protects you from overheating, overthinking, or overstimulation. A belief that sleep is not just possible, but deserved. Because sleep is not something that happens to you. It's something you create space for. Something you prepare for. Something you respect. And when you do, your body remembers how to rest. Your mind remembers how to reset. And your soul remembers how to feel peace, even in silence. Tonight, when you lie down, don't fear another restless night. Trust that your body wants to heal. And all it needs is for you to allow it. Sleep well. Live well. You've earned both. If this video helped you understand more about sleep and aging, and how to protect your energy and clarity for years to come, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We share more senior health reflections, elderly wisdom, and real-life insights for aging well, with dignity, peace, and purpose. And tell us in the comments. Where are you watching from, and how many hours do you usually sleep each night? You're not alone on this journey. Your story matters.